I'm sorry we had a little technical error. So I had to charge my phone for a minute, but I'm back, and we're going to go ahead and start over at the beginning of the last sentence. If you have ever been engaged in struggle or hardship, rest assured that you are now in possession of what it takes to move past it. There is no longer a barrier to your highest vision. Make sure that you take time to see exactly what that vision is and move towards it. With a strength and stamina that has been revealed, know that you are now exactly where you are meant to be. Improvement, power, and adaptability. Winterfall. Earth, air, black, white, gray, brown are the colors. And the affirmation says, my highest vision is spacious. I embrace all that awaits me. All right, so that's the condor. And then this is actually an empath card. It says someone who can feel others' pain, energy drains, or feeling your partner's pain. All right. So if you're an empath, you have to be careful who you have around you, because you never know who might be floating around in the distance. All right, so this is your immediate future, the Father of Wands. And we've also got the Parrot and Abundance. All right, so let's check out the Father of Wands and see what that says. So the Father of Wands is similar to the King of Wands in a traditional tarot deck, Rider-Waite. Father of Wands is associated with fire signs, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Okay, so Father of Wands. This one is a charismatic and creative person. The Father of Wands is a man of mystique and charisma. Others are drawn to him naturally and welcomes them with an open and loving heart. Usually, you'll find him involved in the healing arts, as he's deeply compassionate and in tune with life and nature. He is able to hold steady and still during conflict. All right, so that's a really good one, and I feel like it does not matter if it's a male or female in your life that is this sign, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. It's definitely, it could even be a mother, just because, you know, it depicts the father. It could be someone in your life who, maybe they're just a little bit more fatherly. Even if it is a woman, they might just take over some of the fatherly type characteristics. It does not always necessarily have to be a man or a woman. These are just based on the traditional family. Okay, and the Parrot. Let's take a look at the Parrot. I'm going to scoot this over here so you can see it a little better. Let go of others' thoughts and opinions. It is time to embrace who you really are. Okay. Alright, so the Parrot. The Parrot is a brightly feathered and exotic, showing us its connection and importance to color and individuality. This messenger is also regarded as the bird of sun and symbolizes the power of light. Parrots are often admired for their rich plumage, as well as their amazing ability to mimic what they hear. They can be trained to communicate through repetition. With this gift of being able to imitate humans, they seem as a link between the bird kingdom and the human realm. We might see them as envoys, but are reminded that they have been programmed to speak the thoughts and beliefs of others. I feel like this is a sign that not everybody says exactly what they feel, that some people are just like parrots and they say what they've been taught or brainwashed to believe. And the message for this card says, the Divine Parrot Messenger comes into your life to remind you to honor your unique voice. Very often we can get caught up in the judgments, opinions, and values assigned to us by others. These are false truths. Your individuality and personal expression are being encouraged to come into the light. This may feel challenging, as it is safer and easier to hide in the shadows. Begin by paying attention to your own mind. Then gently allow yourself to see all of your positive attributes, your personal colors and talents, and it takes practice and courage to step out and embrace who you are. The parrot encourages you to do just that. Once you do, you will feel the truth easily coming to light. The energies associated are personal expression, color, and individuality. The season is all year round. The element is air. The color is blue, green, yellow, red, and white. And the affirmation is, I honor my individuality and unique expression in the world. All right, and then your final card in the future is abundance. All right, so words are vibrations. When you speak it, your vibration changes. So anything negative coming out of your mouth is going to change your vibrations to negativity. So be sure to put out positive vibes and do everything that you can do to stay in a good frame of mind. All right, with that being said, I'm going to have to wrap this one up because it's already quite later than I had anticipated. But I did want to pull one more card just to kind of solidify the reading. So we've got the Hermit, and I absolutely love this Hermit card. Look, it looks like a turtle. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? Alright, so let me take a quick look at the Hermit for this particular deck. As we all know, the Hermit is associated with Virgo, and Virgo is associated with Mercury, and it's known for I examine. It's a mutable sign, and anyone from the birth date of August 23rd to September 22nd. So you may have this Virgo type feeling going on, or you may know a Virgo who actually is going through some of this right now. Alright, bear with me. I'm trying to find the Hermits. I really don't know my Roman numerals very well. Oh, here we go. Okay. Solitude and meditation are the two common factors that are associated with the hermit. It has to do with getting in touch with your inner self. All right, it says the idea of being a hermit is not supported in our society, but in the realm of tarot, hermits are highly celebrated and valued creatures. Through meditation, solitude, and stillness, they bring wisdom to all. When this card appears, it's time to step back from the business of the day-to-day life and focus on your inner realm. Become more self-aware. If you are intrigued by meditation, start now. Spend time by yourself. Your inner fire is ready to be lit. It will shine for all to see. Okay, I'm really digging this card, and I feel like, the hermit is something that I actually fight against because I guess I was an only child for about 7 or 8 years when I was a kid, and I was a horrible terror child. So I guess if you've stayed to the end, then here's my own little personal information that, probably wouldn't share with just any old body, but since you've been hanging out for such a while on my channel here, I was a really, really bad hissy fit throwing hella bad child when I was a kid. And I don't remember this per se. I think I remember maybe a couple hissy fits. I remember my mom threatening me pretty good when I was a kid because I was so bad. And she really put the fear of God into me. And some random strangers even told me that if I didn't go to church on Sunday, then I would burn in hell. And so, of course, I rode my bike all the way across town uphill to go to church every Sunday because I must have known in the back of my mind that I was a pretty bad little hell child. But anywho, the last 6 or maybe like 5 or 6 years, maybe even like 8 years, because my mom died in 2012 and I kind of stayed home for a while. I think I stayed home for a straight month after she passed away. I had been unemployed, and then I ended up going back to work for a little while, and then they fired me. So I was having a rough time after my mom passed. My husband was working night shift, and I would meditate every night when I was alone, mainly because I would just get so emotionally upset, that I would meditate for fear that I might have a seizure if I didn't meditate every night. And it did bring me out of a really dark time in my life where I was just kind of sad. It hurts whenever the people that you love don't really reach out to you and check on you when you're like pretty much on the brink of suicide. You're just so sad, and I'm not a suicidal person. I'm not gonna kill myself, but I do know how depressing life can be that would make you think about doing that. And so I'm always there for my friends and family, and I'll try to reach out to them and even go to them if I know they're going through an extra stressful time in their life. I try to be there for them, just in case they ever get a wild hair up there. But we stayed home for a year when we lived in Pascagoula, Mississippi, and there were no jobs to be had in Pascagoula. I ended up getting an online job that was so horrible that they fired me within a couple months. As soon as my stats dropped a little bit, they fired me. And it was one of those horrible jobs where you call people at their house, and anyway, they paid pretty good as long as you were delivering. But if you slacked up in the slightest bit, they would just fire you. And so that's how all sales positions are, in case you're ever going into that field and you're not aware. If you can't keep up with the sales, then you are let go immediately. So make sure that you have a lot of good rich friends if you plan on taking a sales position that love you. So basically I was home for that year, the year after that, and then not too terribly long after that we started taking care of my father-in-law who had dementia. And then financially, for a minute there, we were so broke that we couldn't leave the house, only for work. And then after that, you know, we figured out a way to stabilize our finances. At first, it was really difficult. Neither one of us could find a job. We were living in the middle of nowhere. You couldn't even get internet good enough to work from home. And that's kind of forcibly into hermetism. And then we couldn't, once we did both find jobs, and we were both, this was probably like 3 years it took us to make it so that 2014, 15, and 16, I was working and my husband was staying home. 2017, he was working and I was staying home. And then I only lasted about 6 months at home without a position, without a job, before I just kind of went crazy and had to get back into work. And I got a job at the local Walmart, despite the fact that I have a bachelor's degree. Sometimes you just got to get out of the house, and you've got to move on with life, even if you can't find exactly what you're looking for. So I worked in the art department. I worked in dairy. I lost a lot of weight doing that hard exercise that it requires to keep that type of position. But we were still caretakers. So if we weren't working, we were here taking care of my father-in-law. And so by the time the pandemic hit, we were already 100% hermit. We have not leaving the house for years. We couldn't even beg the family to come and take care of my father-in-law. The few people in our life who were would come and would definitely help us if we asked them were highly allergic to cats, and I'm a very avid cat lover, and I have a lot of cats, and so we couldn't get anyone to come stay with us. We've become hermits on a long term. And now that the pandemic is over, almost over, it's coming to an end. You know, it's been almost a decade. It's been like 8 or 9 years that we've been living the hermit life. And I do have to say that it can make you go a little cabin fever crazy. So I highly recommend, if you are staying at home, to, you know, start yourself a blog or a YouTube channel or some kind of hobby that makes you money. And, you know, I literally, I had somebody tell me, I don't care what you're doing. I don't care if you're out chasing butterflies. And I thought that was so funny that that was something that, I guess people are judged for. Alright, so I just wanted to show you my kaleidoscope that I purchased. Anywho, it's so cool. I can't find the lens on my camera. There it is. Alright, so this one I bought in New Orleans. And, you know, this is one of my favorite pastimes, is literally chasing down butterflies in the yard, taking pictures of them, and then making beautiful art with my kaleidoscope. And there's also apps like Mirror Lab and things that will help you. So if you're still trying to hold out for just a little bit more security before you get back to your regularly scheduled programming of life, then you can definitely use a physical kaleidoscope like this one. Or you can even go and download Mirror Lab, which is an app that lets you turn your photos into kaleidoscopes. And alright, so I think that's about it. I just wanted to say thank you to all the new likes, follows, subscribers. If you're an artist, you probably will love my channel. I am an artist. I always will be making new tarot cards via, I do narcissistic readings. I do, different types of decks that are made from psychological belief systems, and I feel like it really helps to, I lay out the cards within the problem, reaction, solution, and so whenever I'm reading them, it's a better chance that I will actually help somebody, dealing with something that's difficult for them. So please be sure to subscribe and leave me a comment and let me know if this reading resonated with you. And you come back and see me next week.